Alright, got a little update video I'm making right now on the dbxl E 2.0. I had an issue with it of this receiver going out. Bashed with it. I was having trouble getting the brake setting to stick. Found out I was doing something wrong. I had set the punch setting and the motor timing, which worked, and the brake setting did not. Got out there, went to run it, realized that my brakes were still horrible. Tried to set the brake again, and I was missing one step while I was out there. So ran the car anyway, had a blast, got back, posted the video. One of the guys watching my video noticed that I missed one of the steps, which was the last step before turning it off. I needed to hold it down for 3 seconds. Went ahead, read his post, walked out in the garage, said, let me try it. He said it was on page 11. Went to the book, looked at 11. Sure enough, he was right. Went ahead and did it. The brakes worked. I ran the car. Brakes were working good. Closed it, unplugged the battery, went in, thanked him, told him yes, that was it. Thanks for commenting. And said, cool, it's all ready to go. So went ahead and charged up the batteries again, went back to my spot to run it, got out there, and I had nothing. It would power on, beep, and then the light would flash a steady red. Didn't know what was going on, but I had no steering control, no motor control. So I knew the RC was coming on, just no contact between the radio and the RC. So got back, popped open this cover, which is nice. You pull the pin, pop this up. Well, I'll show you. Oh, that's really tight. So I went ahead and popped this open to look at the receiver, figure I'm gonna rebind it. This one doesn't take a binding plug. You just hold this button down right here, and then you set it to your receiver. Well, when I opened this up, I noticed there was moisture in here. And looking where the wires come through, there's a hole down there at the bottom. So nothing seals it. All these wires come in loose right here. So nothing really seals up this box, which is really strange because I had hit a few puddles and that kind of stuff out there thinking this thing was waterproof. Oh, and another thing, my antenna thing was broke off. So anyhow, I was like, well, that's it. It got moisture in it and probably ruined it because of that. So now I'm going to silicone the corner right there so this thing is waterproof again. But figured I'd give an update on that this went bad. Now I don't know, this wasn't wet. I didn't notice any water in it. I just noticed moisture up in here. But this, when I pulled it out, it's a see-through case. I didn't see any water or anything in it. It was, you know, dry. There was just moisture around the outside of the inside of this case, which is never a good thing when moisture is anywhere. So I have a bunch of receivers for Futaba and Spectrum. So I grabbed one of my 6000s, threw it in there, and I bound it to the DX5C. I'm not a big fan of this radio. I love my Futaba. Here's the Futaba. I use this for all my speed run cars. Anything that's going to go far away, I use this. I do have the antenna mod on this one, as you can see, and then where that piece of Velcro is, I Velcro on amplifier, a battery, to plug in and amplify this. So I use that for all the speed runs. I rarely need the amplifier, so I just run the antenna in this the way it is. So, and this is a really, really good radio. I still have the protective film on this thing because I like to protect the screen. But picked up some stuff today. Went ahead, Big Gap and True Boy love this radio, so went ahead and ordered one up, 200 bucks, and there it is. So I'm hoping to replace this one. I have too many cars. I needed another radio anyway. I'm getting confused. So went ahead and picked up the Rugged. Here it is. Oh, and it comes, I guess, with another receiver, which is pretty cool. I'm looking to see if it has the bind port or if it's the new style. Yeah, it has the button on it. So this is the new style receiver, where it doesn't take the bind plug, which is really cool. So went ahead and there it is. Got the Rugged. Can get rid of this scrolling button right here. Now it comes to the swipe button. It's got this bar on front. Big door in the back. That's probably to add some stuff or something to the radio, I'm sure. But yep, that's it. Rugged. Kind of top heavy. Maybe when I get the batteries in it, it won't be. I definitely like the wheel, the feel of the rubber. This one's got more resistance. This is softer, but this springs back a lot better. The feel of this is definitely much better than the feel of this spring. Yeah, you can even hear the sound difference. It bounces right back. And this one, kind of a thump. See, this is more springy too. So this has a better, real soft, like a soft spring. So, and this button. This was the big thing. This button right here. Horrible. This button constantly sticks. This thing will turn on, it'll bump something, brace something, all of a sudden I'll hear this thing beeping that it's been left on. It's just, it's got its issues with its buttons, but as far as operation, it works okay. It's very hard to put model names in this thing too. Very difficult. So I'm sure this one's going to be difficult too, putting model names. So we'll find out about that. So that's the Rugged. Went ahead and picked up some extra shocks. My Outcast broke one of these at the bottom. I went ahead and repaired it, but I want extra on hand so that I'm not down. So I found those things on sale, so I picked them up. And then shock rod ends. Went ahead and picked up a bag of shock rod ends. So to repair a shock, rather than replacing it, I can always just throw one of these in it, keep going, and then repair the shock. Here's the shock rod end repair cap thing. So went ahead and picked that up today as well. The other thing I grabbed, which is a pretty good deal, I think this thing was 40 bucks. They're on sale right now. Is, and I think if Big Gap doesn't have one, he should grab one. But check that thing out. It's a Spectrum surface transmitter case for the Rugged. So this thing looked pretty cool. There we go. That's funny. I wonder if it fits. Oh, it must go face down. Yeah. So there we go. And it's got another little cutout here. You can throw some batteries in here or something else. Got another slot here. So I'm going to throw my extra receivers in there so that I have receivers with that. But, yep, that's what I got going on. Appreciate you guys watching.